All right, ladies, this is our module, breathe. So this is just a short video just to summarize everything that we've done up to this point. We're circling back to where we started from because this mindset work, this meditation work, this inner work that we're doing is so, so important. And this is where all the good stuff comes from. This is the foundation of who we are. This is the inner work expressed on the outside. So following this video, there is a meditation. It's a mantra meditation. All of those mantras are in module 1, which are your positive body positive body affirmations and your mantras. So those are continuing to work through us day after day after day. And I can't stress enough how important it is for you guys to continually do your mindset work, do your morning mindset ritual, do your mantras, sprinkle them throughout the day. It's way better than trying to find that 20 or 30 minutes in the morning when all chaos breaks loose. Does in my household anyways. And be able to draw them in. You can always center yourself with a breath or 10 or 5. And just keep breathing, even when you're driving. Even when you're standing at the grocery store lineup, there is no reason to go into fretting or being impatient or wishing you were elsewhere. It is actually God's way of making you sit still so that you can actually move into this beautiful moment in time. So see it as that instead of an inconvenience. And what I always like to do is to signal to myself, because you know how much I love putting physiology into changing your mindset and building this cellular nourishment, hand on heart. Hand on heart, and nobody knows what you're doing, standing in the grocery line or driving your car. You can drive with one hand on heart. And what it does is it connects you to you again. Just those two things, hand on heart, and take a few slow breaths, and it will slow down the world around you and allow you to get grounded and centered again in a world that's always trying to pull you away. So let's just remember a few things here. Your body is always working for you. It is not deceiving you. It is not out to get you. It is not going down a hill with like a runaway train. That is not how we see aging as warrior women. We are seeing aging and moving into aging from a very, very different place. From a place of expansion instead of contraction. From a place of flow instead of resistance. From transcending instead of tolerating. From living and walking through this world open instead of closed. And to always operate from our authentic self and not our wounded self. Remember, everything is an inside job. Everything starts within. It is always us that falls out of alignment when we allow the external world to define our day, define our success or our failures. So it's really important that we take full responsibility for our life, for our mindset, also for the challenges and stresses that come our way, because that's part of life. And we do not blame life. We look at it as an opportunity to learn the lessons once again, because they're always circling around. So here's the good news. They're always circling around for our good, to once again learn, apply, and build those inner muscles of strength, self-love, tenacity, vision, commitment. And the bad news is they're always coming around to remind us and give us the gift of building these inner muscles. You can look at it one way or the other. How we look at things is always a choice. Remember, we're either seeking out pleasure or running from pain. It's much more fun and much more filling to reach for pleasure. Anything that we're up against, we can find the golden lining in it. Maybe not at the start because we might be in shock if something big happens. But it's always really important to understand that the energy that we're bringing forward, whether it's chaos, anger, sadness, grief, or the energy of acceptance, awareness, opening up to, it's all energy. It's the same. You just get to choose what well you're drawing from. That's it. And we are being asked to live consciously, to live awake, and to move up in our energy and our frequency and our vibration at every moment. And that is available to every person on the planet at every moment. Now, sometimes you might go unconscious and old habits come in. And that happens because we're human. But as you do this work and keep circulating through the lessons and you keep taking stuff into action, guys, that's the most important thing. Don't just think about it. Put it into action. This stuff gets easier. You move through it faster. You see it sooner. You clear it out quicker. And that's the beauty of the work we get to do. We've looked at archetypes. We've looked at triggers. We've looked at our default setting. We've looked at universal laws, confirmation bias, which means our beliefs that we have are not reality, but we will find evidence to make them right. That is why we need to change our beliefs first. Then we will see our reality change, guys. Please remember that. Do not fall into the groupthink, the unconscious of, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Turn it around. Turn it around. When you're there and you're believing and feeling it in your cells, and you are envisioning that North Star, and you're seeing what you want to accomplish, where you want to be, where you want to live from, how you want to feel, what you want your body to feel and look like, what you want aging to look like. You have to make decisions from where you want to be out there in the 2.0 version of you, not in the 1.0 version. That's what you came into this program with, the 1.0 version. And I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is when I see women making decisions from the same energy and habits that got them stuck in the first place. This is where we have to step outside of ourselves. This is the quantum field. This is the work that we've been doing, and having the courage and the vision to be able to say, I want to live out there. And then you have to take the step backs. You take the steps back and you start, okay, if I want to live out there, if I want that amount of money, if I want that kind of partner, if I want that kind of body, if I want that kind of relationship with food, what would a person that wants those things, how would they see the world? What would they value? And start living from that place, because you have everything that you need inside of you. We all do. But we have to step into that which we want, not try to create from where we are, because that's the push. That's the resistance piece. You can get there. You can get a great body. You can lose the weight. But guess what? Most people are doing it in resistance. Push. Harder. Another diet, more cardio, hungry, binging, beating ourselves up, trying again, and white knuckling our way through it. It's not how this universe wants to work for you. Everything that you want is in alignment for what you want. We are just in our own way. So please remember our lovely, lovely book that we start this program with, The Mountain is You. The mountain is us, and we're standing in our own way. It's less about what we have to seek and find and more about what we have to let go of. But we hold tight to our self-identity and our beliefs because that's what our psyche does. That's all. It's how we're wired. So throughout this whole program, and as you move forward in this life, you are rewiring. And the more you do it, you're changing your default setting. You're creating a new normal where you will naturally see challenge and stress as not an awful thing that you have to overcome, but as roadblocks that you can move through with success. And you don't have to be a victim. And you don't have to fall into anger or isolation or sadness or fear, which just keep us in the lower echelons, because that's not living, that's surviving. And we are meant to live and thrive. So please enjoy the mantra meditation. Again, all those mantras and positive affirmations that I'm using are all coming from the Let's Get Started and the Module 1 work. So you can print those off again and carry them with you and start going into the habit of making this as normal as brushing your teeth, as normal as putting your socks on. You can even do it while you're putting your socks on. You can do your I am statements while you're brushing your teeth. I am strong. I am confident. I am beautiful. I am loving. I am learning and growing. And say those in the gym. Say those when you're on your walk. Put away the phone. Take off the iPod and just sit in silence and move into that energy through your own voice and feel the difference at a cellular level. Very few people do this. That is why so many people are thinking that life happens to them. It doesn't. Life happens for them, and they're missing every second of every day an opportunity to make it work for them and to harness that beautiful energy and to live in flow from source energy, from what we're meant to do on this planet. We're not meant to live in struggle or suffering, but too many people make it their habit. It might keep them out of trying. It might keep them out of taking responsibility. They don't have to do the work. They can just blame and complain. Victimhood is not pretty, but it is growing in our society. And it is time for us, light warriors, us warrior women, the pioneers that we are, the change agents that we are becoming, to step out and live and do a new way, because that ripples out to everybody and everything around us, to our children, to our partners, to our community, to our parents, to our workplace, and to the world at large. And when you wake up in gratitude and you wake up having harnessed these lessons and made them your new normal, your new default setting, you will rock your world. You will rock your body. You will rock your food. You will rock your success. So please enjoy and just know how grateful I am that you decided to join us on this lovely journey. And I am so grateful for watching each and every one of you move through and have the courage and the tenacity to want to do better, live better, and to share that. All right, you guys, enjoy. Lots of love. Bye-bye.